And a little over 2 months into 2026, and the police, as well as the National Council on Drug Abuse, have identified troubling trends among the school-aged population. Among them, substance abuse and sex toys.
School is regarded as a safe haven, a shield from unwanted influences. But what happens when the issues are right at the school gate? DSP Patricia Powell, Zone Officer for Manchester, says adult toys are now a concern.
Up to recently, a sex toy was being sold at a particular school, and it is being sold to them, and the children have been bought it, are now experimenting with it on the school compound.
Ms. Powell says it's a wrong on the part of vendors who are ultimately selling negativity.
The morals and the responsibility of adults to say, I'm making a living, but how will this living that I'm getting impact the general society?
In October 2025, the National Council on Drug Abuse, NCDA, said honeypack, a substance branded as a sexual stimulant, was being used by youngsters across the island.
The honeypack, which is a sexual enhancer, and if they're using this at a young age, which can cause sexual dysfunction, then we know what can happen to them in the future. So it's a serious problem that's happening.
So far this year, the council says it has also noticed an increase in substance abuse in schools, particularly the increased usage of vapes and ganja.
The vapes are on the rise right now. So we usually go into the schools, and there are programs that we do in the schools as well to educate them right down from primary school into high school and infancy as well. And with that, the aim is that hopefully they will understand and educate others around them who might be using and encourage them to stop.
Now, a teacher at Homewood Technical High School says substance abuse has been causing ripple effects.
The substances are resulting in a lot of inappropriate behavior at schools and resulting in violence.
That's why the NCDA says counseling is also provided for parents struggling to cope as their children are engaged in substance abuse, as well as parents who themselves are abusing such substances.
The parents themselves may also need counseling, so the counseling is not just for drug abuse, because we are branching out more now, not just focusing on drugs alone, but we realize that the mental health is very important.
However, there's discharge.
So as parents, you should be able to spot a change in pattern of that child. If you pay attention to that child, once you have a change, you notice it, and then you want to take that intervention right away before.
Again.
You know what? I think you're right, my brother. Because I mean, I've been thinking about a lot of problems, and I think you're right, my brother. Because the ego and the immaturity that it inspires seem to be at the root of every conflict that I can think of, my brother. And it's amazing how nothing seems to escape this reality, my brother.
Nothing can escape it, Virgin. Nothing at all. I'm going to say something again. I believe, say, for too long, people get credit where them don't deserve because them have a title, while we overlook the role where the title advertise. And I can't say enough how this idea where people separate from the process of what life really is a big problem.
So you think it's a major factor?
Yeah, man, because watch I know. So it get deep here, because remember, to each individual, you know, in a conflict, you know, whether the mother or the father, one or both of them, I tell themselves, say the other one is in service to them because of a thing we name egocentricity. Everything surround me. Me-ness, like when we call it Rasta. You devoted to me. You in service to me. You understand? That's how most people, most immature people look upon the world. And that is a big problem. And again, we have this idea, say everything is an idea. And this reality is very present in the case of the modern Kardashian woman, in the way how the system groom them with this idealistic approach to everything.
You think so? You really
Yeah,
think
man, now
so?
I say. I said this thing a long time and I go and say it again. Them want 10 things one time without realize, say, if them all get some of these things where them have on them lists of standards, some of the things are cancel out some of the other things. Because, for example, now, you want a man who make 6 figures and take care of you, but yet still you want a man who have to pay your mind. No, a man who make 6 figures and have that time there, and then you go start complaining, say him not have no time. And when it come to parenting, it is even worse, car watcher. Very often, one or the two people we're in a relationship, we have this youth or get this youth now. It's not mature enough to handle the responsibility, so them end up broke up. Very often, in the case of most of these women, them still have this idea so them can get all at once.
You believe that?
What you mean? Because watch I know. Let us just say the baby father is a good baby father and thing when him and I live.
Good youth.
Him do him for do and him pick the youth up at school and him the right there, hands on as a baby father. When the husband part it malfunction now and them say them left and she carry the youth gone halfway across the fucking world. And the consequence now of that move start show up. All of a sudden this man has turned the worst baby father in the world. But the thing is, she not think, oh, you get rid of the husband and keep the baby father. It's impossible. Enough things are going to change based on that choice there.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, because what now? You have to know, say, it take a mature person to understand something now. You need to understand. Every solution cause a next problem. Every solution is a next problem I wait for happen. Because you decide now, say, you want to left this person here for whatever reason. It come with a consequence. And you have some man that is no better when it comes to this idea separated from process. Because one know, especially some older man in older years where you used to step on corner about, oh, how much you to get? And the man will say, you know what, too, my God. The man say, how can I want this? How can I gelding this? 19, my God. And he don't know none of them in a rasta. He never give them a sweetie yet.
They do that, my
What you mean? They must say him they use boots, not even when he play ball. And him broke in a real life and go broke in a girl too. And when youth born, everybody turn idiot. Because some of the time I went pitting the barn, the mother realized that the man now work. And now bring in nothing and that can't work.
What you think causes that, my brother?
Because them a click, I agree. Like me say a while ago, them a click, I agree, Rasta.
Sad.
Because them don't want to do the work where it take for look if something is dangerous. And I go fuck them up. Yeah, man. Them just come in at the girl and hope she not breed. And if she breed, him hope the pitney don't want a family or no pampers. And if the pitney want family and pampers, him hope the pitney don't need to go school. Yeah, man. We just click, I agree. That's how we live with life. Click, I agree to every fucking thing. And I hope say it not go a certain way. Yeah, man. We don't read the contract. Cause it go take too long, too much effort, too much work.
They're running from the pressure.
Yeah, man. See him like how we are put on the pitney them clothes for them and not teach them to do it because it a go take too much time because we too fucking selfish and immature and most of we don't have the courage to grow up and know so them pitney and your friend. You have to prepare them for a conflict, a conversation, a world where you not go always in. But most of we don't think about that. We just have an idea of the world and say this is what life is, an idea. And we just develop bare assumptions of what everything and everyone is and then we get in a problem. And embarrass about these problems and spend with life in a quiet shame instead of communicate the mistakes we make to you.
What you think so do?
What you mean? You know, feel safe that mother there when her daughter did a rebel, did tell her daughter say when she was for her age a 9-man rape her and that every time she'd ask for her father the reason why she couldn't get her answer because of one of them man and she don't know how herself. It's hard to believe say in this day and age you still have parents who don't communicate with them pick rasta. You understand, especially when it comes to sex. Them still a deal with it like, oh no, the youth I gonna know say me don't have sex and this awkward to talk to with the youth. You really feel say in this day and age today a youth a day over 16 and don't know say a cocky reach you or a cocky you should to bring them here. There is value in your experiences. That shame the way I shame for not show the youth them certain things having a lot of value. Sometimes it will motivate them instead of them just a go to school and I don't know why. But most of we keep promote lack through ego now. And just dead left beer and the captain of the world that take set pan people. When none of them auntie and them uncle them no want to see them. Because the truth is them in discipline and bad broke. Because the truth is them grow by themselves as much as them grow around you. Too much time they eye them give the pitney them a false sense of reality. And now play on a role. Wanna just click, I agree. And I hope for the best.
In the meantime.
My brother. Earlier on you said
what
you were referring to parents who actually help the children to put their clothes on in bid to you're saying that they're impatient and it's not to help the child, it's really thinking about themselves.
For them.
Hold on, my brother. But don't you think, just to be fair, my brother, that it is like you often speak about the frustrations that might come along with the sudden appearance of the details that they might have overlooked when they weren't thinking of this kind of pressure. And now, for example, let's say they are poor and are not financially ready for the burden, and I'm not saying that you take it out on the children, my brother, but don't you think this stress could be a factor in the situation, a situation similar to this?
My virgin, hear me I say, man. The major underlying cause of every conflict, every problem,
what's that?
Spiritual immaturity. You know, make no sense we talk how much fucking hours about the symptoms. I show them we are pander to people who want you to say somebody else's fault. And them show they sell you back your own insecurity. Another type of show they this. Me tell you what you need for here.
Indeed.
But me tell you, Pastor, something about immaturity, man. It's not a money thing when it comes to that something.
It isn't?
You understand?
Then what is
it? It's an ego thing. It's a quest to be the most important at all costs, even at the expense of the same picnic them with them claims to them love. Alright, watch our example, you know. Same basketball again, you know, watch I know. Alright. What the brother name again? That change out him son parts or something like that.
I think it's Dwayne Wade.
Yes, Dwayne Wade. Yeah, man. Couple years ago, I hear said the virgin son. Yeah, man. Zion. I not even like think about my son in a
tragedy.
Hey, alright, watch I know. Alright. Him 10, 11-year-old son decides him want to be a batty boy. Or him is a woman stuck in a man body. And what are the fuck with them? Where everybody are taught these days. And instead of the man be a parent in a practical sense and just make this youth and know say boy right now you're gonna go through a phase, you know. You understand? Right now you're gonna feel a way and then one day when you're 16 you wake up and want your wood and can't find it, you know. So you have got to trust me as the parent to know more than you.
Why are people malfunctioning this way though, my brother? I don't get it.
Because them are living in a system we take the basic fundamental discipline out of raising children. Right now everyone just feel like them picking at them brethren and them roommate and oh my god and we're on the same level in equality and
no, that can't be real. I don't think that's happening.
Oh, you mean? I'm sure that's something me talk about serious bridging. One the ones that we are listening this right now for Google a thing. I don't know. Alright, put in this. Well, go up on YouTube and put in this. Type in, should parents ask their babies for consent before changing their nappies? It's 6 minutes, 7 seconds long. I think it's like a CNN type of interview where some people are lobby if start ask children to change them diaper. The world are mad. Hey, want to find it? You know, forward in the comment section and tell me what you think. Alright. Dwayne Wade now. Instead of the brethren be a father to this little youth now, him decide him go run with this. Confuse with him little youth confusion, you know, exploit that in a rasta. Him own gain. Yeah man, for parent of the year and oh wow, there goes an intelligent dude. He's so understanding. I wish every father could be like him, says the system.
You really think that's what he did, my brother?
What do you mean if I that him though? What kind of man would carry a 10 or 11-year-old boy go on gay parade just for say him support him sexual identity?
But there's nothing wrong with supporting your child.
Alright, cool. Then tell me something then. You'd carry your 10 or 11-year-old daughter go on male stripper club, go show her long cocky swing all about in her face just to help her affirm her sexual identity? Don't answer that. You're a big man, you're not doing weird. You can do what you want to, but in my opinion, not at the expense of the youth manhood. Because watch I know eventually the man and the wood gone. You try to turn him in a gal. You fight against objective nature, but me have news for you, you're not doing. No matter what you do to him or what you put on him, he's a boy without him wood that.
In the meantime.
Hey, Babylon no easy none at all, you know, Bridget, me I tell you, boy. Them clever bad because enough people still don't see say This system here ensures that people don't grow up in a Rasta, and that include parents. Most people don't grow up.
You think so?
Yeah, man, this spiritual immaturity. Write the rules we govern this entire global plantation, this entire system, And these rules pervert everything that is naturally natural.
Immaturity?
Yeah, man, the same immaturity. Remember, what is immaturity? When you have to have everything one time. This system you deal with excess. Them give a belief system will make you can't satisfy. Also, man will live by them law, have to fuck every girl till them end up with fuck every boy.
You think so?
Yeah, man, them can't satisfy till them end up in a grave with condom, cause them have to fuck every kind of hole. Ears hole, nose hole, eye hole, dog, rat, puss, everything one time. You see that egocentric energy there will power the system, brethren. It counteract every moral virtue. We connect to objective reality.
You think so?
Oh, you mean that way I say? Alright, nature say ganja, the system say cigarette, aka cancer. Nature say get picnic, the system say fuck picnic. Inna them all. One time we used to go to nature with sickness for herbal remedies, and the system just say pharmaceuticals and get to hook to the same sickness where it claims it a try help you cure.
A sad reality. So sad.
Yeah, man, the system take everything naturally natural and turn it back way.
They did?
Yeah, man, cause see man a turn woman, a woman a turn man. In the sense where the role them a reverse. And then in a literal sense, when man a cut off them hood and vice versa. Consider the system like the average immature person because of the same egocentric, spiritually immature mind. Write the rule there. Write the rule them and make that system there. Now think of somebody spiritually immature where you know, cause all I will know somebody where spiritually immature. Just look if the main characteristic about that immature person. Now the fact say, once you disagree with them, you're not with them. Yeah, man. Once you not agree with them, you're against them. That's their mindset. Now look if the system not have that same exact mind there.
How so?
Oh, you mean they no same way, so you see them act all innocent and they're so fair and everybody have freedom of speech and we believe everyone has a voice.
But everyone does have a voice, my brother.
Yeah, man, but alright, cool. But make a man go say, hey, you, man, put that wood back in your pants, man. I don't do that baddie thing. Yeah, I'm a straight guy. But you can do what you want to do. I'm not against you living your life, but I'm not into that thing. Or him go make mistake and say, him no want him youth to learn certain things where them are pushing at the school, them and them thing there. Or him say him is a Christian and him not bake no cake for no batty wedding. They mash him up, him whole career gone, mash up, done. So where the democracy there in a that? Them don't know justice, just them. And that alone them know. Only perversion have a vice under Western rule. Anything outside of perversion, stifle. When you live objectively upright and true, you go under attack. Western democracy is a myth. Sacrificing to objective reality through discipline are the only thing we bring freedom. And as for you, Mr. Dwayne Wade, I wish my Zion couldn't just visit you from the other side and box down your bum buckler at your foam fertile one whole entire week. Cause you mash up one of Zion them brethren at the bum buckler there. Alright, for the people who don't like the truth, I want me to tell you, consider your life before that program here like a long, dark, desolate night. And within the meantime, morning now. Wake up, 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 wake up.
In the meantime, 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 in between time, in the meantime, in the meantime, in between time, time.